So, today we are going to deal with the simple past tense. The simple past tense, well, we have the present, which is absolutely now, and the past, yesterday, last week, nothing to do with the future, tomorrow, next week. So the simple past tense. Let's continue. I will tell you a story. I will tell you the story of a man called Sam. Look at Sam. This is Sam now, at present. Yesterday, Sam visited a school because when Sam was young in the past, he was a teacher. He was a teacher, and yesterday he visited his old school. He was a teacher in the past. He finished university at 20. When he was 20, he finished university. He started teaching at 21. He was 21 years old when he started teaching. He retired. He retired at 60 something years old. So he finished university at 20. He started teaching at 21 and he retired at 60. He was 60 years old when he retired. Let's revise all the information. He was a teacher. He finished university at 20. He started teaching at 21 and he retired at 60. Have you noticed that I said he was a teacher, he finished university at 20, he started teaching at 21, and he retired at 60. So the present is, but the past is was. The present finish changes into finished in the past. Start is started in the past. He was 21 when he started teaching. Today we start the simple past tense, but he started teaching at 21. At 60, he retired. So, one way to make the past tense is to add. It's an addition of the particle ed to the verb stem, the principal verb, the root of the verb. So we add the particle ed to make that verb a past. So for example, the verb listen changes into listened. I listened to a wonderful song yesterday. She listened to music yesterday. So let's talk about other verbs. the verb cook, cook spaghetti, help, help children, help your parents at home, wash, wash the dishes, wash the hands, play, stay, study. Well, those are stem verbs, the root of the verbs. And when we transform those verbs into the simple past, the cook changes into cooked. So there's an addition of a particle ed to that principal verb. So I cooked spaghetti yesterday. I helped my students yesterday. I washed my hands early in the morning. I played a video game some minutes ago. I stayed at home yesterday and my students studied a lot for their exams. Have you noticed this? There are certain verbs, for example, study, that finish in Y. There are some other verbs, for example, play, for example, stay, which work in a different way. We say play, stay, and we simply add the particle ed when we want the past of those verbs. But when we have a verb like study, well, look, there's a consonant here and there's a vowel here. So there are certain verbs, for example, study, for example, cry, there's a consonant here, cry, tidy, a consonant here. Tidy means to put things in order. For example, when you get up in the morning, you have to tidy your room. Well, there are certain verbs ending in Y and they have a consonant before the Y that change the Y into the ordinary I, and then we make the addition of the particle ed. So we say she cried, we say he tidied his room, you see? Now, we might say that the past tense of dance is danced. He danced a lot at the party yesterday. But sing, blah, 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 blah. What's the past tense of sing? Singed? No, that's not the past tense. The past tense of sing is sang. Why? Why that difference? To make the past tense, sometimes we have the principal verb and we change it completely in the past. The past tense of do is did. I did my homework yesterday. She did her homework yesterday. So you see, the verb changes completely in the past. And why? Why is that? So we have the verb plus the particle ed in the past, or another possibility is to have that verb changed completely, but not all verbs. There are some verbs which are irregular. So the irregular verbs don't add the particle ed in the simple past. They change completely. That's the reason why they are irregular. There are a lot of irregular verbs. Some of them are drive. The past tense of drive is drove. For example, he drove a car yesterday. Another one, Ride. You ride a bicycle, you ride a horse, you ride a motorbike. But the past tense is rode. She rode her bicycle to school yesterday. Fly. Birds fly and pilots fly planes. The past tense of fly is flew. He flew a plane yesterday. He wrote a letter yesterday. To write is the principal verb, to write, but the past tense is wrote. So those are examples of irregular verbs. There are certain regular verbs in English and irregular verbs. And we will continue with this lesson next week, probably. So this is just the beginning. This is the presentation of the simple past tense. In our next lesson, I will give you more details about the regular and irregular verbs, how to recognize them. Is it possible to recognize them? I will tell you that next week, probably. And we will be working with the affirmative form, the negative, and the interrogative. So all that for our next sessions about the simple past tense. For today, I think that's it. So, bye.